Shalom. First off, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Kakodash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders up in Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. And a sincere peace and salutations to all the Akim pushing this word and truth in our sincerity. As you can see, we DC Church back at you again, doing what we do. When we was on our way up here, the brother Duquad was going into the end times, man. And the times how serious it's getting, man. And let's not forget, this is Passover season too, man.
Absolutely.
So this is the time where a lot of things is going to start happening to brothers. You're going to be tested, man. So let's get jump into Sirach. Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Yeah, and that's a well-known thing, man. We know that we're gonna be tested in this truth, but in this time, this is getting more serious, man. So that's why we gotta keep reiterating and going over certain things, man. You can't start getting bugged out. Rebuke is gonna start coming in, man. Brothers gonna be told about themselves. You gotta embrace that, man. Get Proverbs 9 and 8.
If I can make a point, and one of the ways that you can endure temptation is by cutting things off, man. We enter into the Passover season where the fat, you gotta be trimmed. The leaven has to be removed out of your house, man. And it's all for a purpose, man, to endure and overcome temptation, man. It's very important,
One is Acts chapter 14 and verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we, through much tribulation, must enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Right, so it's going to be much tribulation. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. This is a reason that the scriptures say that, a matter of fact, get that Jeremiah 16 and 14, that the deliverance of this time is going to outdo Egypt. Right? It's a reason.
That tribulation acts as a tool to purify. So that, like the brother said, when we do get delivered, we are fully purified in that time, man. Because right now, we're being trained up to be future rulers, all right, of the planet Earth and the universe, man. See?
That's the true baptism, man. Baptism ain't just no dive into the water, man. It's a long process, man. It's a purification process, man. We truly being purified, man. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 3 and verse 11. I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance, but he that cometh after me is mightier than I whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you with the Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost, and with fire.
And with fire, that's right. And that's that tribulation, man. And that's really a purification process, man. To see if we truly the men of the Lord or not, man. The walk that we're now walking on right now is going to teach us a lot about ourselves, man. That's why you got to continue to stay prayed up. Pray for more faith, man. Pray that your wisdom and your faith gets strengthened. Because you're going to need it, man. That's why we're going to finish the whole Sirach too. Go ahead and get that in Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 8. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee.
There's going to be a lot of rebukes coming down, man. Pay attention, man. If you are a part of this thing and you saying double honors to the apostles and elders up in Great Millstone, that means you believe that that's who the Lord is dealing with, man. And check the energy of the apostles, man. They do it every year, man. This is Passover season, man. So it's time to start examining ourselves, man. Looking in the mirror, man. If you got some type of status in your church, some type of rank, you have a responsibility, man, to know the men around you, man. Because the times is getting serious. The test is going to get more serious, man. And brothers got to be on point, all of us. Go back to Sirach.
Back in Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 2, it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
So when a situation arises, and it's going to come, when a situation arises, now you know what to do, man. You're supposed to cleave unto the Heavenly Father. How do you do that? By reading, fasting, praying, you know, getting up with your brother, sacrificing something, man. You know, the sacrifices of the Most High of a broken and contrite spirit. You gotta put yourself into subjection, man. You know, you gotta start practicing the words of the scriptures, man. You know.
Verse 4, it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
Yeah, whatever you got going on, man, that shit can't be crushing you, man. It can't be crushing your spirit. You know? You gotta take it and be like, okay, this is to build me up, man. I'm going to embrace it, man. You know? And that's maintaining your integrity, man. You know?
No, and also just to add, it's an opportunity to show the faith, man. These situations that the Lord put us in. It's a moment where we can utilize the gifts that we've been given, which is what Ephesians 2:8, man. The gift of faith and understanding that the Lord is in control of all things, man. You know. And really is in exercising that is putting us in a state of mind and in a state in the spirit, okay, going forward like you was going into earlier, the times and the seasons that we are living in right now, you know, because things are going to get tight, you know, things are going to get uncomfortable. So you better understand. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to say, you know, it's very important to stay patient when the Lord is, you know, and when the Lord is trying you in that phase, man, during that time period. Because, you know, let's take Joseph as an example. If he wasn't patient and held tight to his integrity, there would be no nation of Israel. What if he would have cursed the Lord and he died? You know, there would have been no nation of Israel, man. But he had patience, and through his suffering, he was able to feed his brothers, man, his household. And that's how the nation of Israel prevailed, man, during that 7-year famine, man, during the time in Egypt, man. So we remember these stories and hold fast to it, man. Because it's very important to have patience when the Lord is trying.
And that was a case of suffering wrongfully.
Yeah.
You know, the scriptures talk about that, man. You're gonna have to suffer wrongfully, man. You may not like everything that's being said or order that's being put out, man. You know, but you're gonna have to take that, man. You know, and in due time, the Lord will deliver you. You know.
Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 8. It says, remember this and shew yourselves men, bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. You know, and it's just remembering, like the brother said, the words of the Lord, man. Remembering the past situations that our forefathers have been through and seeing where their faith got them. See? Because that's what's going to help us in that time to come.
That's the mindset that you're going to have, man. You know? Go ahead, sir.
Back in Sirach, chapter 2 and 4.
You got something?
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 13. Every man's work shall be made manifest, for that day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
See, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort he is, man. And we want to come out on that right side, man. You know, that's why we out here doing this, man. You know, and in this weather, you know, you could have easily, hey, brothers got damn near perfect attendance. You know, got perfect attendance. We could have said, yo, I can't make it out, man. You know, and brothers would have said, okay, I understand.
I was just gonna say, and a lot of times people don't understand the necessity of prophesying, because this is the only thing that can seriously purify your soul. We only have one stream to get to Yahweh, it's through Yahweh Shai, and that one stream is accessed by us making a sacrifice in which we're doing right now. And that's why, just like the brother said, that perfect attendance, us attending to the words of Yahweh Shai and doing his service allows us to be able to receive the benefits of that. You know, and that's why being a part of this and doing this is the most necessary thing you can do as an Israelite man. Because we even talked about this last week about, you know, certain men that aren't out here as of right now, you know, and they don't. And a man that's not consistently coming out here, he's not going to understand how important it actually is to be out here. Because just as Sirach had explained, it said, It's telling you the traits that you need to possess whenever you do happen to get into a situation. The only way for you to obtain that is by doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shai. How are you gonna know how to be patient when shit hits the fan? You know? How are you gonna be long suffering? How are you gonna gather the characteristics that that Yahweh Shai is telling us to gather in the book of Sirach? It's by doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shai, being a part of the body, you know? And acquainting yourself with the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. Come out here and do what the fuck you need to do. In other words, you know?
This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9 and 10. It says, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. And that's the point. We'll read it again. And let us not be weary in well doing. And this is a good work that we out here, okay? Professing and proclaiming the name of the Lord, man. Prophesying unto our people. And preaching the gospel, man, which is what? The good news. All right? Here it is, the state that our people in, bro, this is what they need. You know, the Lord is what, man? He's that bread, he's that manna that came, you know, from the heavens, man. You know?
And soon they gonna know that this is what they need.
That's right.
You know, in the times that's coming, man. This is that calm before the storm, man. You know, now DC opening back up. You know, the world seems to be putting COVID behind them. You know, hey, this ain't sweet, man. You know, this is now the time to pay attention and lock in of what's going on in the world, man.
Which we told the people, in order to get rid of COVID, all you have to do is stop playing it on the news. And that's what they did. You know, it seemed like they forgot about it. Now the big talk is, you know, War on 3.
Exactly.
You know? It's all witchcraft, man.
And soon they gonna die that down too.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that it's actually dying down. It's about what the media wants you to see. You know,
Propaganda.
these people have no idea the terribleness that's coming into this place, man. Let's talk about famine, man. You know, you think these gas prices not gonna have a trickle down effect? Yo, them semi trucks, they running the fucking world. If it take $1,500 to fill up the tank for them to make their trip, hey, not all these businesses gonna stay in business. It's gonna shut some certain things up, man. And when you keep going to the store and the tissue keep laying out, you're gonna start taking 10 at a time when they do get it, man. You know, so now people gonna be deprived of certain things, man. And that's just a domino effect to it's gonna get worse and worse, man.
Okay.
Because when people are deprived of something, they gonna start getting desperate, man.
Oh, yes.
You know, desperate times come
Comes
from
with
desperate
desperate
measures, man. You know, and they gonna start fucking this place up, man. You know, DC gonna be a war zone. Baltimore gonna be a war zone. Chicago, Mississippi, Louisiana, wherever, man. All these places gonna be war zones, man. Jacob's trouble is on the rise, man. It's approaching. So that's why it's time for us, the men in the know, to get ourselves right, man. You know, because you can get swallowed up in that world is like a strong tornado trying to plug your ass into the funnel, man. You know? So don't play with it, man. That's why you see the apostles turning up, man. You know? You got something.
No, I just wanted to say, because you had mentioned the truckers, you know, another thing that people don't take into consideration is the trains. You know, the freight trains that basically move the goods around this country, man. When those prices go up, man, the food is gonna go up, man. People worried about the gas prices. No, the food prices is gonna go up, man. And this is just the beginning of it, man. I read different reports. They talking about gas could potentially go to $11 by the end of next year. Guys, you know,
it's like $8 in LA right now.
yeah, you know. So, hey, people don't understand the times that we're approaching, and storing up food and buying guns is not the answer, man. If you don't have the Lord with you, you're not gonna survive in that day, no matter what you do, man. It's very important, like the brother's going into, man.
It's a time when things go up like 25, 50 cents, maybe 60 cents. Now shit going up $2.
Yes, sir.
You look at what was yesterday $1, now it's $3. You're like, what the hell happened? What COVID happened?
I brought 8 peppers this week, right?
Yeah.
8 peppers, because green peppers, I guess, is being affected by it. I bought 8 peppers. Shit turned out to be $15 for 8
Get the
peppers.
fuck out of here.
Damn.
8 peppers.
Shit,
No, green peppers.
Green pepper's like 80-something cents.
Nah, green
Shit, not no
peppers.
more?
No, yeah.
If you're trying to get more organic, you know, you going to the mom.
I went to shop.
You went to show. That should tell you right there, man. So imagine going to, you know, high-end
These are
grocery stores.
serious
What it
times.
is. It's
man.
serious.
These are serious times, not to be taken for granted. You know? Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Woe meaning destruction, man. So the scriptures say destruction is coming, so it's coming, man. You know, go ahead.
Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another,
Yeah.
and swords in their
With
hands.
swords in their hands, man. You know, these dudes, everybody got a gun, man. Everybody got a gun. You go to Atlanta, yo, that road race shit out the window. You better keep going. Somebody cut you off, keep going. Because they all strapped. Every single one of them, man. You know? This ain't no joke out here.
To land that, like the Potomac River is on the top is calm, right? But underneath is just churning, man. And that's how the minds of these people are. Talked to a guy, right? He had said that fuck Biden, right? He said if a Republican was president, we would have been with the war. I like his thinking. You know what I mean? I like people like that. You know, spell it out, right? He's saying Biden is not doing anything. If it was a Republican president, we would have been with the war. I like, yeah, I like this guy. Right on, white man. You know what I'm saying? I like that shit. You know what I mean? Get it going. But that goes to show you that yin and the yang that these goddamn officials make, where one is up and one is down, and one is the protagonist, one is the antagonist. You know what I mean? It's just like, this is all bullshit, man. You know it's a theater. War is a theater. So all the actors is being played right now. You
The
know what I'm
funny thing
saying?
is getting closer and closer to the goal. It don't matter because remember 2014,
Same thing.
Ukraine, who was president?
Same thing.
Mr. Chocolate.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, so they had to set it up so that Mr. 46 would go up in there and do
Yeah.
what it has to do.
So
That's how it
it's all
is.
theater.
One
It's all
step
theater.
towards the goal. Bush did his thing, did a good job. And then they brought in, Chocolate. So Chocolate, destabilized the whole of North Africa and then the Middle East.
Yeah.
So now it's up to Biden to mess up, in other words, Russia, EU.
It's like looking at a soap opera, man. You look at a soap in 1960 and 2020 is the same fucking story going on. It never changes in a soap opera. Your brother know about soap opera. General Hospital, that bullshit. It's all bullshit. I mean, for 40 years they've been saying the same story.
Eating that shit
know what I
up
mean?
too, crying and
Like
all
it's
that.
new. Like it's new. I can't wait till the next episode. Yeah.
Days
That's
of
how it
days
works.
of our lives.
Yeah, man.
It's like it's a never-ending soap opera. It's like there is something season or there's something season.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But they don't realize the actors are going to now go on stage. And the stage is being set. For real. They thought, we're going to play this game. No. The time's going to come when the Most High is going to make that mind switch and say, fire at that goddamn leg. Fire at that goddamn. You know what I mean? And that's how it's going to start. Your president already told you this is World War III. This is it. World War III is Russia against the United States, man. His side against our side. Something like that.
I think those days, yes, action.
Right.
I mean, from visions that brothers have had over the years, you're like, damn. You guys see, you're about to win the Oscar.
The stage is set, bro.
Yeah, so it's
Stage
a
is
beautiful
set.
thing to let this stuff happen.
Yeah, and it sounds, as the elders go into it, it sounds joking, but it's so serious, man. Because in movies, people will plan for their outcome to be a certain way, but it's always that monkey wrench, man. That's why it's important for us to stay grounded in this truth, man. Stay focused on what's going on in this truth. Because this world, like I said earlier, man, it's like a tornado that's trying to suck you into it, man. Satan's job is to make sure each and every one of us don't obtain salvation. That we go against our power. You know, that's the whole point of the story of Job, man. No matter how bad it gets for you, you're supposed to stay faithful to the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
That's our job, man. You know, so we gotta continue to focus on our job. Oh, you had something?
It was more in Second Ezra. It says, this is Second Ezra 15 and 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yeah, it's gonna get to a point that they're not about to keep listening to these mandates that want to come down, man. You know, they're not gonna go for another shutdown because the next shutdown ain't gonna come with no stimulus packages. You know, so these people ain't gonna start going for that, man. You know, it's gonna be complete anarchy out here, man. You know.
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, the men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
We telling you the buildup of that lack of bread, man. I'm not paying $15 for no fucking peppers, bro. I'm gonna go grow my own, you know? Like at that point, you know? Like seriously, man. So if it's peppers, what you think milk and eggs gonna be, man? Remember when something was going down, I think it was in Jamaica, I sent Cash App over there, like something was going on. It's like $500 was, you can get you like 5 things from the grocery store. You know, it was that bad out there, man. You know?
Venezuela the same way, man. They went down there, it was maybe like some years ago, it was boxed, people was walking around with caseloads and caseloads of cash because the worth of their, the dollar, I think it was. I don't know if it's the peso or whatever it's called, but the worth of it, it was worth bullshit, man.
Bro, like, yo, it's a conversation, like, it was on social media, like, oh, you make $30 an hour, people looking at you like, that's it. Like, that ain't shit no more, bro. That's equivalent to $15 an hour like 5 years ago. It don't mean anything. You still struggling, you know? You got just enough to get you to pay your bills and get something to eat. You know, you got just enough for that. Now what you gonna do when you can't go nowhere because you ain't got no gas? You know, ain't nobody giving rides no more.
It's a viral video going on with Jake at the gas station. They doing the interview, and he's delivering for Postmates, and he's asking him how he felt about the prices. He said, "Look, man, this shit make me feel like I want to get out and smack somebody, man. How high these prices is." He said, "I'm out here working just to put the money that I made back in the tank."
So
You know,
what you saying that read that scripture?
back in the Second Ezra 15 and verse verse 2 Ezra 15 and 19, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
So if he want to smack somebody, because the gas prices ain't even that bad yet, it's going to get worse, man.
Yes, sir.
So if we already want to get out and smack somebody, what you think is about to keep happening, man? You know?
That shit is bad. Yeah, I paid $469 for gas. Yo, man. $100 for a fill up, man. Yo, that's crazy, man.
Like you said, and that's
Wait until it's 200.
Yeah, I know.
But that's what the video that's been going viral about the diesel and these tractor trailers, man. You think about what they deal with, and these are what is this the blood of the nation, man. That's the people that trans all your household goods, all of your groceries, everything is they running it, and a big percentage of them are owner operators and they're paying this shit out of pocket, right? And that's why you had that big protest, which was all about shutting down or trying to get the mandates to stop, and basically them protesting about everything that's fucking going on, man. And it's crazy because I've been ripping and running, like going towards on 70, going to through Indiana, and every on that highway, on every overpass, you see these fucking Edomites out here with the flags, like keep going, like like celebrating truck drivers, man. I ain't never seen this shit, bro. Scott Johnson, you know what I'm saying? I've never seen it like this, man. They out there like, you know, boots on the 10 toes down, boots on the ground type of thing,
They
man.
call it freedom,
Because
right?
Man, that's what they call it, you know.
Because when these the only semi-truck companies that can stay in business, they gonna be double booked.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So they know that you need as much truckers as you can get.
That's right.
You
What
know?
they're gonna do, they're gonna steal up they're gonna double up the market share.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly what they do. They're gonna force the little guy out of business.
Yeah. Selling trailers.
Yep. And that's what's going on now.
And then they're gonna bring down the price of of the regular guy. Just like what
Oh, yeah.
just like what Uber did to the taxi cab driver.
Oh yeah, they flushed them out. Yeah, they flushed it out. Well, that's what's with the import and export as well, with like the parts and things like that. Like the guy who I'm dealing with, he basically was like, I can't. He ordering. He put. It's like such a long line to even get new tractors, new trailers, and different equipment that they need for the truck because of the what's going on with the import and export. And it's he was like, man, I gotta put an order in now to get something maybe like a year from now, man, a year and a half, 2 years from now, to be able to receive that product, man. You know, and that's and the bulk of our what's coming in. We're getting a lot of shit from from China, all these different countries, man, specialize in certain materials that we do. Yeah, and they can't, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And there's gonna be some blowback with America cutting off Russia from doing
Oh, yeah.
business.
That's
There's
right.
gonna be some blowback. They're gonna say,
Sanctions.
well, how we're not gonna use your dollar no more.
Yeah.
You know, and
They
eventually
already did. That's right. That's right.
their allies gonna follow suit.
Yep.
And then now the dollar really ain't gonna have no silver backing up. You know? So
That's it right here. This concerning Jay trying to make it here in Babylon. It's Haggai chapter 1 verse 6. Ye have so much, put so much effort into your business, into your hustle. How to flip this and flip that. And bring in little, ye eat, but ye have not enough. Your dollar bill is going to stretch it. You drink, but you are not filled with drink. You clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag of
Yeah.
holes.
Like you said, $4.69 a gallon of gas, that's 93, But, when shit go up to $7, $8, I mean, you can't fill it up, man. You can't do the things that you would once normally being able to do. When gas was $3.10, $2.10, you know what I mean? It's a whole new way of life, and that's good because when your money don't stretch, you start thinking about what the hell is going on, man. Because a man's livelihood, right? A person's livelihood is in the things that he accumulates. Even if it's food in the refrigerator, man. Just that. How you gonna heat up your home when oil is so expensive, electricity expensive? You start thinking about what the hell is going on, man. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna go back to a bartering system and prostitution. Yeah, that's gonna be on the rise too, man. Life here in America is gonna change, man.
And then this may happen again or something like that.
it was that YouTube video. Like, it's gonna start
You women about to get it, man.
Yo, and they gonna start these prisons. Some of them joints gonna shut down too. What they gonna do with those inmates? They gonna be in these streets, man.
It's going to cost more to run a prison because the food, you got to bring food in. So you got to bring soap, supplies and all that stuff.
It's gonna get super bad out there.
Lord put the squeeze on this place.
Let's tell you the truth, it's bad now, but it's gonna get worse.
Oh, yeah, it's
Way worse. You know, because right now we can stand out on the block and it'll be a surprise if something happens. It's gonna get to the point, we're gonna be used to seeing dead bodies, man.
You could be eating food on the corner, on the goddamn sidewalk, and get run the fuck over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it happened yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Two old ladies. You lived to 76, and get run over and was eating a little lunch on the goddamn sidewalk cabinet.
My neighborhood is racist.
Well, hey, all the curses of Israel is coming upon the other nations.
That's right.
Just about to get it. It was,
You got Jake walking across the street and this way.
yeah.
You know, struggling,
Oh yeah.
pulling
That's right.
carts and all that stuff. You know, busting tables and all that. So,
Said the dude was traveling a high rate of speed
trying to go into a
in
parking lot.
DC. All in DC is 25 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? He doing a high rate of speed. What the hell?
Say what's that? What's
That's sickle. What's that guy name? The sickle
Grim
man.
Reaper.
The Grim Reaper was on his pedal,
He
man.
was traveling south.
He was, hey, he was riding shotgun with dude, man.
Lord. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and 7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies,
Yeah.
and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." And I was thinking about that when you brought out that you earn much wages to put in the bag and with holes in it. Because at one period of time, that was us. We was out here suffering, man. But now that shit has come upon all these people, man, all these nations, man. Okay? Because, and matter of fact, I want to start at the top.
Everybody gonna be hungry.
Yeah, you're right.
No, you can't go to the store, man.
You're right.
You gotta.
Yeah, and that neighborhood's one of the most expensive neighborhoods in DC.
Yeah. Upper middle class type.
Expensive, everything. It's like, yeah, damn, how the hell, you know. The grocery store is like top of the line. But they go to a special grocery store like 1 block up, about 2 blocks more up the street. So, and then you get a library across the street. So it's just, they got everything right there, but for that to happen to them, it's a joke of the Lord.
That's right. And man, it's a spirit because we did it like Quan Zanala got that series, questions to the Christian church. What's going on, man? You ain't got answers to what's taking place, okay? Because y'all don't got the answers, man. And this is you ain't got the answers. This is Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy 30:1. It says, "And it shall come to pass when all these things come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua thy power have driven thee."
First of all, you gotta believe in Yahweh Shemel to even ponder upon.
That's right.
Or to think upon these things. When you putting the Lord, like we said, outside the ladder, right? You dead anyway, right? So how you going to consider when these things come upon you? Where did it come from? Why is it on me? What did I do? All these questions supposed to come to your mind when you have the Lord on your mind, right? Then you give the answer to the ones who's questioning what the hell's going on. We give an answer before we even get the question, right? That's what the video's all about. Everybody make a video giving people the answers, not generate questions. We giving answers to the condition that we living in, right? And that was the whole purpose. That's why it's called a lesson.
That's right.
We giving answers, right? Not generate questions. So go ahead.
Verse 2, it says, "And shall return unto the Lord thy power." Yahweh thy power.
You got to believe to return. How you gonna return to something that you never believed? Well, maybe you need to listen more. Maybe more things need to come upon you that hurt you, that will put you in that condition.
That's right.
You see? Why is this happening to me? Why is all my family dying? Why is all these things happening? Why is all my men in my family in jail? Why? You got to return to something. Go ahead.
And if I could add, that's the process. That's the process, because I know every brother has their testimony. When the Lord, you first come into the knowledge, man, when the Lord is reintroducing himself to you, right? He puts that pressure on you, man. Have you going through a lot of different things, and then you start considering and asking questions. Why am I going through this, man? This is Deuteronomy 30:2. It says, "And shall return unto the Lord thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart
Right.
and with all thy soul,
Right.
that then the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, thy power, will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee.
Now, this is a beautiful thing because I think in some Bibles and in the blue letter, it talks about the restoration of Israel. So at the beginning, it was talking about when all these curses, blessings and curses come upon, then you start to consider why these things are happening. That's a restoration right there. You see, this is how you come right back. So if you come right back, that means you left from something. It's very important to understand that you was once in a place, now you in another place. Now you got to go back to where you came from. Because where you came from was better than the condition you in today. Go ahead.
It says, it says, thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul. It says that then Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord Yahweh or Yahushai, thy God, have scattered thee.
Right.
If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord Yahweh or Yahushai, thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do good, he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers.
Sound like a promise.
Oh yes, sir.
With benefits.
Yes, sir.
You're going to do valuably like your fathers did and better. That's a beautiful promise. And a restoration of your people. He's going to gather all our people together. Those who you thought wasn't your people are your people. That's the rift between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. All of us going to be brought back together under one banner, under one mind. That's a beautiful restoration and with more benefits.
Better promises.
Better promises. 8:8. Right? Hebrews 8:8. Go ahead.
It says, and possess it, and he will do good, he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers, and the Lord thy power will circumcise thy heart, and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord, Yahweh, Yahushai, thy power, with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live.
I was watching a brother video, and the title of the video is, these entertainers, they fall from the Lord. Nicki Minaj and all these, Cardi and all them, you know what I mean? These entertainers are far from the Lord. It's not even in their consideration. But the world is going after them. Icons, other gods. See? These other gods as entertainers is people too, man. Because you believe they got the power. You dress like them. Ain't nobody dressed like Michael Jackson back in the day. Nobody dressed with no fucking glitter on and shit.
Maybe Halloween.
Fuck walking around with glitter coats and shirts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody do that shit, man. Pink suits like Teddy Pendergrass. Ain't nobody do that shit, man. Ruffles and shit like Prince. Ain't nobody walk around like that, man. But y'all niggas walking around like Cardi and all these other motherfuckers. Y'all crazy, man.
That's heavy that you mentioned that, because I was watching the Apostle Ricard live when he was down in Dallas, and a question that he had posed to the brothers that was standing on the outside is that what is an idol? He wanted them to go deeper. You know, some brothers said wood and stone, but he wanted them to go deeper. And eventually he gave the answer and said that an idol could be anything that you put above the Lord, man. It can even be people, man. It don't even have to be wood and stone, man. You put anything above the Lord, that's idolatry, man. You know? And the Lord ain't dealing with that, man.
It's crazy, man.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I came across a video. Brothers know the chick from Walter, Jessica Lurs, and she made a look. You know, it was supposed to be, like a funny, I guess, comedy, but she was telling the truth, and she was speaking about those your Cardis and your Megan Thee Stallions and Beyonces, and the message, or the City Girls, and the message that they push, and the vibration that they push, and they what they doing is unction, a whorish type of mentality and spirit on the masses of our women, right? But then behind closed doors do the exact opposite of what they preach, man. And she was saying it jokingly, but she was like, man, what the fuck, man? Like, what we sitting here listening to you and emulating and copying what you're saying to do, but behind closed doors, you're doing the exact opposite, man.
Cardi B husband exposed.
Yeah.
She had a song saying, I don't cook, I don't
Yeah,
clean.
okay.
And then he put her on camera sweeping up the kitchen. He said, hey, see, stop lying.
Yeah.
Stop lying. You know what I
I
mean?
don't cook, I don't clean.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because
Actually, listen to the lyrics of why. I mean, really. I mean, I'm ashamed.
Why was the reason why famine is coming? The scripture says lewdness is the mother of famine, man.
right,
That's the reason why all these things is happening in the world, man.
That's the appropriate judgment for that spirit,
You know?
Then you got 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds, know every lyric, man.
and emulating and shaking their ass. We're talking about 2, 3-year-old little kids. I seen a video, man, of little babies like on the wall, bro, like twerking and shit, man. Little boys on stripper poles, man, and they recording and laughing at that shit like it's funny. And so when the Lord come through with this beast of destruction that he about to come through with, bro, it ain't gonna be, bro, it's gonna be no mercy, man. No mercy, man. Because the grace period is right now.
Ezekiel
You know?
73.
The time to get right is right now, man. Because when the Lord bring down the hammer, like the Zaquan said, it's gonna be like an action movie out this bitch, man. You know? Heads gonna be rolling, you know? And you gonna know the fear of the Lord in that day, man. You are. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna back you up pretty much. You know what I mean? Because these people, everybody, these Cardi B's, all of them, they got a special judgment coming to them. The special judgment coming to them because they have a responsibility with their platform. You know, and what they did was they showed the whole side that they on the other side. I'm gonna do what he told me. You know? Go ahead. 3.
This is Ezekiel chapter, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 3. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations.
Yeah, you never know. You said the woman was 73 years old. They probably did a little hit and run back in their day, you know, and thought they was clear about 50 years ago. And then the Most High had it, they got squashed to end their life off, man. You never know, man.
I mean, could imagine
You know?
the evil that these our grandparents,
Yeah.
parents, you know, that used to work as shop workers, babysitters, custodians, and all that stuff.
Again, this is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 3. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations.
Right, he gonna pay you back for all your abominations. You know, he gonna judge you according to your ways, man. You know, so if you wanna sit there and go twerk for Esau and have our 3-year-old babies out here emulating you, well, guess what's gonna happen, man? You know, Most High probably release the biggest, blackest, strongest, ugliest motherfucker, and he gonna come and rape your ass to death. You know, you never know the type of judgment that's coming for you, man, for the decisions that you make, man. You know.
Verse 4. And mine eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity.
And you ain't gonna have no pity. You be screaming out, "Oh God, please help me! Oh no, why me? I didn't do nothing." Guess what? He said he ain't gonna spare you. He's not gonna have no pity on you.
Men and boys gonna mind their business.
Yeah, he's gonna mind our business. You know, keep going.
It says, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee.
Because what they're doing is abominable, man. You know, out here shaking their ass, man. You know, getting butt implants and shit. You know, they doing everything that Esau say that you can do, man. You know, Esau said he was gonna be like the Most High. You know, so he gonna shape you the way he wants you to look. You know, you're in Esau's image, man. So that's why a lot of judgment is coming for you. You got something, bro? Go ahead.
So Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. I have seen servants upon horses and princes. Again, it's Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place.
That's why I'm saying, just what we said earlier about the media, man. They put out there what they want you to see. You know, if you're a conscious rapper trying to reach your people through music or whatever, that's not who these record executives want. You know, no, you're not gonna be profitable to me. You know, I need somebody in the thong. You know what I mean? You know,
When they get these deals, they have to perform in front of the record labels. I know brothers remember what's that? Bobby
Schroeder.
That fucking clown. What he had to do in front of those people. If they see you not pushing negativity upon the people, they're not gonna push your music.
they need to see. They only hiring monkeys, man.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Oh, can I, bro? This is folly in the etymology online. It says mental weakness or foolish behavior or character, unwise conduct.
Unwise conduct. Why shouldn't you? Why is it important for you to cover up as a woman? Why is it important? You know? She looking at her mouth all down. Why is it important to cover up, man? You know? Because you're supposed to be sacred, man. You know? If a man look upon you in a certain way, and you married to somebody, whether he know it or not, that's a form of adultery. You know? It's not. These people are a bunch of individuals, man. They don't move as a unit. You know? Like us as a church, we know we're not going to do something stupid because it's going to make the whole DC church look bad. It's not about you. It's about the whole church. It's these people, this nation is a bunch of individuals. That's why you got homosexuality. You know? Your nation don't do that, right? Y'all stay firm to who you believe in, Allah. You see? Y'all stay firm to Allah. His woman be covered up for the most part. Even your woman is starting to turn into a bird. You know? They had to leave on that. You know?
Bro, I want to go. Not finish the folly because it says unwise conduct, including wickedness, lewdness, madness. Okay, folly, madness, stupidity. Right, it says example of foolishness, sense of costly structure. That was the point. And as he just read, all of that is set in great dignity. Yeah. All of that is uplifted and set on a pedestal in this place.
Because it's to influence our people.
Exactly.
Man. This is all about the destruction of Israel. It's always been about the destruction of Israel. You know, so though they tell you that they love you, they tell you that they care about you. You know, everything about their action shows that they hate you, man. Look at us, man. You know, with these food prices shooting up, what you gotta go resort to? With the food prices shooting up, there's even more McDonald's deals, man. You know, you get a Big Mac for $2 on a promo code or something like that. Everybody gonna run to that because if you go to the grocery store, you buy some ground meat, some ground turkey. That shit $11, man, to get a sizable portion. You know,
they got chains on the goddamn meat in certain places with the shit so up. I see they got fucking chains. They put protective things around it so motherfuckers wouldn't steal it, man. I don't know where it was at, but then the shit went viral. Yeah, more than likely. You got something?
You know, Jay about to come and put that. They get big coats like this. Yeah. They stuff some meat up in there.
Yeah, I see the nigga woman put a whole 3-gallon bottles of liquor in they fucking bras and shit, bro. Like,
that's
wild
why,
shit,
that's why
bro.
a bunch of these businesses got armed police guarding this store.
The girl come around with the 8 gallons of game. I'm turning that.
Yeah, damn sure ain't
Got
Costco.
8 gallons of that shit.
That's why they had to move this CVS, man. Every time I walked in there, they got book bags full of this, clearing the shelves, man. Bro,
yo, when we was going to the after camp, we going to the car, and Jake gonna come and say, "I'm gonna go in the store, y'all want something?"
He said, I'm a professional booster. That's what he said. I'm a professional booster. Ain't nothing to me. I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. I appreciate you, though.
Right. We all knew niggas like that, though. We know you all knew niggas like we came up around Jake.
But it's gonna get worse, man. It's gonna get worse. You get hungry, man.
I always bring that example when that Snickers commercial, man. Hey, they show up somebody completely else and he's like, oh, man, here, man. Have a Snicker, bro, because you hurt yourself. And he turned back and said, man, thanks, man. And that's what's going to take place. That's why that scene, I always make that point. The Batman, the last one, not the Joker, when he went to, he had those boats, right? And it was a scene where he had a boat full of prisoners and a boat full of civilians. He sat Batman down, he was like, listen, you ain't no different from me. I'm about to show you how these people really are. And when their chips are down, you're going to see the beast mentality that they have, man. These people are going to turn into monsters out. And the Lord, that's the thing. He's the Father of spirits. And when he dumped them vows down on this place, them spirits are for vengeance.
Yeah.
But I forgot, get it. It was created.
And that's for these celebrities too. Man. How special is Jay-Z gonna be when you standing in the soup kitchen line with, you know, LeBron James or one of these dudes, man?
They all go bonkers with
Yeah, they gonna tell you why he ain't shoot that game-winning layup. Why you pass it to Melo? You know, you gonna be able to talk to them. They all people, man. You know, you putting these people on pedestals. You're gonna be so surprised when they standing right next to you begging for water. You know, no matter where you go, if you the nation of Israel, you curse.
That's right.
You curse, and these curses gonna fall upon you.
Man, up here in Blue Ivy needs some water. Northwest needs some water.
That $1 billion ain't gonna mean nothing.
Hell no. Listen, people, those motherfuckers be taking that shit, man.
They gonna be the targets, man. They better be building the underground bunker.
Well, now they just showed
Hey, when all hell breaks loose, you gonna know, hey, nigga Jay-Z got that shit.
You know who got that
He
bag.
a target.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These bad women, they gonna be rolling around in mud before they come outside, man. They ain't gonna wanna get raped.
Yeah, they
You
gonna come
know?
out covered up in that thing. You gonna be covered up. Your ass gonna be covered up in that thing. This is Sirach chapter 39 and verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. It says 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpion, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. And it says, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon the earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. And that's the point of angels, man, of death angels that are out here, right? Checking off the list, writing down everything, recording everything. When it says, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good, right? So when the time comes for them to bring the judgment, it's going to appease the wrath of the Lord. It's going to make the Lord feel good, man. That the judgment was executed, man, right? And that your actions were rectified, that you were paid back for what you did, because the Lord is about balancing scales, man. What's that? Proverbs 11 and 1?
Can you read that though? It says,
God, this is Sirach 39 and 29. It says fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance.
said fire, hell, famine, death. All of this was created for vengeance, man.
That's right.
You know? All of this was created for the vengeance of the Heavenly Father. So when you people out here starving, you know, and your stomach is turning, and all your kids is asking you for something to eat and you can't produce anything, you know, don't sit there and pray to the Lord now, man. You know? Because the righteous, we gonna find a way to eat, man. The scripture said that he's never seen the righteous begging for bread.
Right, that's right.
You know? We're gonna be alright. You got that scripture?
It's, Luke chapter 6, verse 24. But woe unto you that it says, but woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep.
So everything is gonna flip, man. You know? They ain't nothing, man. They probably eating food that we never even seen, man. You know, in this lifetime. Those rich jakes, man. You know what Cardi B said? She just got a new Lamborghini truck or something, and she don't even know how to drive. You know, don't even know how to drive. You know, that's your consolation, man. You know. Oh yeah, it's
It says, verse 25, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets.
everybody, most people speak well of Jay-Z, man. Cardi B, you know, they not being exposed for their wickedness. Nobody's shaming them for their wickedness. You know, they being worshipped. You know, if Cardi B pull up on this block, the only people who's not gonna run to her is the men with the guns. You know, everybody else gonna be running trying to get pictures. You know.
This is Proverbs chapter 17, verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord Yahweh.
That's right.
Both of them are abominations. And they people don't get Hosea 4:1. People don't understand the penalty that is, man. You know, being an abomination to the Heavenly Father, man. You know, man, I can't imagine, man. You know, because you know what could possibly happen, man. You know, sitting there starving and looking at your children and you can't do nothing. What in the hell brings a parent to eat their child, man? You know, that's how bad it's gonna be out here, man.
You see it
You
too.
know?
There's a certain our people essentially on a low level, like they're on an extremely carnal and just they are conducting like Esau Edom. They are of their father, man.
That's
It's
your
devil. Exactly, man. So you can see it.
Shalak, brother. No, I was just gonna say, like, half of these single women hate their children.
Hate them, bro.
You know?
Hate them.
So it's
them.
not far-fetched. They eat their kids.
The only reason why they endure, they getting a check, you
Yeah,
know,
they
a
getting a
month,
check,
getting,
you know?
you're getting a government assistance, you're getting a child support, right? And all of those things are funding your life, man. Bitches get to travel, go see the whole world, man, you know, and Dubai and shit, all over government checks and child support, man, right? So when the time comes and you ain't getting none of that assistance and your belly rumbling, you're gonna be looking at you just like them cartoons, man, them old Looney Tunes, where they got a dude starving and the person he with start looking like a damn chicken bone and shit,
T-bone
man.
steak.
Yeah, man. And that's where the Lord is, man. It's a reason why he's called known as Al-Shadkin, man. He demon-like power, man. He's an ancient power, man. He's not to be played with. And Jake gonna learn the hard way. You gonna learn the fucking hard way, man.
Yeah, they sitting there keep calling your house out this pale white stringy head dude.
Oh, man.
And you have no idea. He literally said he's the true state property get down with us.
Yes, sir.
If
Yes,
they
sir.
don't want me to reign over them, bring them in and slay them before he want to watch them niggas die. Come on, man. Y'all don't know who y'all playing with.
You gonna beat your
You
maker.
know, this ain't no game out here.
You gonna beat your maker.
Man.
All right, bro. That's all right.
So Lamentations, the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken for want of the fruits of the field. The hands of the pitiful woman have sought in their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people.
Boiling their head.
They were there with their meat.
Boiling them. Salting something. Boiling them. Like water. Like vegetable.
He made that siege came. He made them eat leather melt. They was eating leather, man. You gotta think they was eating dung. They were eating a bird dung, man, off the ground. Brother, con, man, like you, man, y'all.
Skin is skin.
Skin is skin. That's true. That's true.
People taste buds is already used to.
Yeah,
Taste is important.
Yes, sir.
So they say that, you know, human meat tastes just like it. So
They say that.
it's gonna taste
Esau
good to them. You know?
No, they already got human meat. The supplies.
Yeah, their body already accustomed to it. Yeah, body accustomed to it, especially when showed you what he wants. They showed us that on with Denzel, Book of Eli. Motherfuckers got the shakes and shit. They looking at him. He's like, hey, come on in. You know, you want to sit down? You want something to eat? They looking at him like, nah. Right? It's like you about to be a next man. The same with the road. The road, man. That shit was crazy. Damn, that shit was crazy.
The other one was,
Five man, they listen.
tell you how to get
Some
it.
scary shit, man. Some scary shit. Cut.
People think this is like a game.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
Yeah, this is not. It's right around
Now this is Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land.
Right, so the Most High have a problem with you people. And the problem is that there's no knowledge of him in this land. And we can clearly see it, man. You know, you talk about the Cardi B's, you talk about people bringing Paul in Jordan, you can see why. You know? You can see that these people truly don't believe in the Lord. They don't acknowledge the God of the Bible, man. They may acknowledge Jehovah or Jesus, but that's not a true representation of what the scriptures is about. You know?
It says, hear the word, this is Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord Yahweh Yahushai have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth.
Right, there's no truth. You know, this place is full of lies, man. Here it is, you got your top guy, President President Biden. You know?
right. Same
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, here it is, he can get out there and have a state, whatever they call it, State of the Union, whatever. He can come out there and say nothing but a bunch of lies, man. You know, a bunch of bullshit, man. You know? And you people sit there and y'all listen to it, man. Just like y'all was talking about Cardi B. She's out here blabbing something that she don't even practice. You know, there's nothing but lies out here, man. None of them. You know, you niggas on the block out here fronting, man. Talking like you got money and you got another man's money in your pocket. You know, it's a bunch of lies out here, man.
You know, for that. That's Psalms chapter 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Download the shit, listen to the shit, and bump to the shit, then you just like them, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you gotta check yourself when it comes to these rappers. You gotta remind yourself what you're listening to.
Verse 2 says this, for they shall soon be cut down at the grass. As withered as the herb.
Because it appears that they prosper. Like you were just saying, all of the dainty things, eating, living a lavish life, man. Living in cars, living in these mansions, traveling all over the world, okay? Private jets, private helicopters going into these, these islands. Going to these, offshore islands, these beaches, living a life, man, right? But what their end is what, man? Their bitter end is going to be judgment, man. It's going to be harsh judgment that's about to come over. But that's why the Lord said, fret not.
We're gonna be sitting
Trip.
there. We're gonna be sitting there like I'm glad I'm not you.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
So how would you work that down, man?
That's right.
You know? We get matter of fact, Proverbs 30 and 5 real quick. You know, instead of praying to be able to have a salary to get you a Lamborghini truck, we're supposed to be praying this, man. You know? Proverbs 30 and 8. Brothers battling the elements. It's hard to flip the those things.
This is Proverbs 30 and verse 7. Two things have I required of thee, that I may not them before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies, and give me neither.
Move far from me vanity and lies, man. You know, that's nothing but, they ain't shit that they got, man. You know, because they ain't got this truth. You know, so everything that they got is obsolete. It don't mean nothing, man. It comes with no substance. And it's nothing but lies, man. You know, so remove far from me that shit. Go ahead.
It says, remove far from me vanity and lies, give me neither poverty nor riches.
Right, because what the scriptures say about a rich man, you know, it'd be easier for a camel, what it say, through a needle, you know, than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of the Most High, right? You know, you desiring that to be rich, you know, desiring that bag, but that bag is going to sacrifice your salvation, man. Is it really worth it? Hell no. Yeah, Mark 8:36, keep on.
It says, give me neither poverty nor riches, feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord?
Right, because eventually, you know, you making money, you hitting the strip clubs, you fucking all these bad joints, or whatever the case may be. You got the best meal possible, top chef, whatever. You won't forget the break, man. You won't forget the fast. You won't forget about the Heavenly Father. You sure you really want that? You know, the scriptures talk about gift destroying the heart, man. You know, you sure you want to ask for that? You know, I just want exactly what I need so that I can be right out there. You know?
It says, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal, and take the name of my power in vain.
What shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me, this is Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Someone to gain the whole world and yet lose his life. You know, that's what it is, man. These people they sacrifice it. They keep getting all these riches and you're not really even enjoying it. You know,
This is Sirach chapter 30, verse 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution.
That's right.
That reminds me of that J. Cole song said, what's that song? But he said, can you read that again?
Sirach chapter 30, verse 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man practice afflicting.
it's beauty in the struggle. You know? You know? But he said it was beauty in the struggle. You know? Because you get all the way up there and what Lil Wayne says, it's lonely at the top, man. You look around, you don't know who really there for you. They just there for the status that you got, man. You know?
Prince said it as well. You know, this is, you know, he's a musician, even though he was, weird at it, nigga. But he said he's been around the world, he's done everything, man. He still felt, empty. You know, he still felt empty, man. Because you did all that just to realize that, bro, at the end of the day, you need the Lord, man. You know?
Always think Christ.
On the other side, and it's not, man. Our people don't need money.
I put it in the chat that young boy, I don't know these dudes' names. I think it's YSK or something. He's light-skinned dude.
Oh, Cyrus.
Why?
Oh, yeah, that nigga,
Yeah, but he was saying, he was even going into it, man. He said, this is the devil's business, man.
Yeah,
You
so
know?
they say from the Most High.
Verse 15, Surah 15. Helps and a good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth.
Because you can't enjoy it. If you're in a state of, your body, you're sick, how are you going to be able to enjoy the riches? If your mental state is all fucked up, how are you going to be able to enjoy everything that you just got, man? And that's all of Jake, man. Whether you rap, you can throw the eyes of the window to the soul, man. You can look Jake in their eyes and see that, bro, you're not sleeping well at night, man. You fucked up. And Mike Tyson said that on the podcast. He was like, man, he said, man, you know why we do what we do. He was like, why are you working so hard? Why are you constantly just going and going? He said, man, because I'm running from demons, man. Basically, I'm running from fucking demons.
That's why they always come to interviews and all that
Yeah.
dark ass classes.
Yeah.
They always got to on the push.
Yeah.
To get some sanity. That's what helps. So verse 16, Surah 30, verse 16. There is no riches above the sand body, and no joy above the joy of the heart.
That's funny because the situation with the whole bad days and the jobs, people was talking about something. For a bag, they was talking about the how much money they gonna get. They shame the people for not doing it at their jobs because they lose some money. Well, it's not your health. Compare it to your health, man. I got this job, but you ain't gonna be able to spend none of that money if you gotta get it. I had this one customer whose toe had to get cut off. You know what I'm saying? Now you can't walk no more. You know? So that's a good example of it.
Sanders, Deion, I think it was Deion Sanders. Yeah, bro, it was a video that came up about him sitting in an auditorium talking how important it was to get the jab. Look, man, we gotta do this. Now your goofy ass is laid up in the hospital getting your toes chopped off, man. Look at silly as shit. Yeah, prime time. Ain't no more of that, all that's gone, G. All that sidestepping, bro, you're done, sir. You're done. They ain't got two, bro. I just seen a little, it's just information, but that's what, I saw. I gotta, look through the, whatever,
Two toes on his left foot.
Yeah. Well, your goofy ass is done. We got that frostbite on them things, man. Listen, the Lord not playing with you, man. You see, Jake has a position where they're on a pedestal, man, and they have a voice at the end of the day. So what you saying, what you're advocating for and pushing onto the masses, they gonna listen to you, man. So by definition, bro, you're gonna be held accountable for that shit, man. The Lord is looking down and look at what you're doing. That shit is wicked as hell, man.
Scripture's talking about putting a stumbling block
in
your brother's way. That's right. People don't even understand that false prophet, all that stuff that comes with responsibility. Right? People want to be the top guy, being leaders, giving advice. That comes with a responsibility. You harming the Lord's sheep, man. That's right. If you ain't saying the right things,
this is dangerous. Yeah, man. Damn, what is that? I think it's Jeremiah. For your leaders. Yeah. Is that 9 and 6? 9. It's another one like that. Try to look it up. Very nice. I think that's what it's talking. Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah, this is 16. This is Isaiah chapter 9 and 16.
It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. And that's simply put. That's why the Lord said, if the blind lead the blind, you know, both fall into the ditch, man. You know, and like I brought out that of the account with Jess Hilarious and her getting online and complaining and doing it in a joking way. If she's complaining about the instructions, all right, or the direction she was told to go in, that she would prosper, right? Feeding the flesh, you know, doing what the fuck you want to do, and you think you're gonna be able to get, you know, everything that you desire, which is a goddamn lie, man. And that's what Jake is at. Whether it's the plantation Christianity, Christian church, all right, with these actors, these entertainers, that's the voice of Jake right there. Those are the leaders, right? And they causing the nation as a whole to fucking go astray, man. And that's why man, when the judgment comes down, the Lord's gonna visit your ass, man. All of you that are advocating and pushing for Esau's fucking ways, right? To take this jab and bow down to ultimately the image of the beast, bro, you're gonna get dealt with harshly, man.
That should be a message to everybody that's analyzing. You design that, and you don't know what's coming towards it. You know that trap with all the gifts that they getting, that's a trap, man. That's keeping them far, far away from the Lord. There's no coming back, man. You know? All of them, they be doing some wicked shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, in Hollywood, man.
Yeah,
touching each other and shit.
Yeah, what,
you
bro?
know?
And it comes up, bro. The Lord said everything that's done in the dark should be brought to the light, man. Everything that was in secret shall be brought out, okay? And now that's why in these, I'm gonna make in Psalm 64, I'm gonna make their tongues fall upon themselves. All these whistleblowers, they coming out and exposing these motherfuckers, man.
You see the podcast, they popping, man.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't really censor those podcasts right now. You know, so all Esau can do is just get his couple dollars, put his little endorsements things in there, because that's what everybody paying attention to. Now the point is that these dudes is blowing a lot of whistles on these podcasts, man. You know, they put G-Unit out there, you know, saying that he ain't get signed to G-Unit because, hey, the boss be fucking their influence, man. You know? Now, that's what he said, man. You know? That's on one of those, the barbershop podcasts, one of those dudes. You know? I don't know. I don't know if it was an indictment on 50. He didn't say no names, but he said G-Unit. That's what he said.
What they got, the barbershop when they were sitting down?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro. They some weirdos, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, that darkness is going to come to light, man. You know, your favorite rapper, you know, is a little food pop.
Hey, the Epstein, what was going on the island and everything, that list that popped up, all your favorite actors, all your favorite entertainers was on that list, man. You know?
Ordering kids, man.
Yeah. Or the piece of cake. That's another one, man. Sweeping all that shit, the Catholic Church, right? All the motherfuckers, if you actually watch when the Pope come out there and you got Jake over there fucking losing their mind and fainting, just looking at this wicked ass nigga, man. Behind closed doors running these different pedophile circles, man, doing all types of shit, man. Left hand, it's called adrenochrome, man. Scan look, kidnapping kids. Bro, over 800,000 children go missing in America alone, man. That are on milk boxes, man.
They want this place to continue.
You out your fucking mind?
Yeah, along with the drug trafficking that
Yup.
goes on, child trafficking that's pushing this nation.
Yeah,
surprisingly, like money-wise, man.
Yeah,
It's a
man.
huge operation, you know. And like the brother said, a lot of you people that you idolize in this industry, they involved in it, man. You know, you'd be surprised, man.
If you really knew, man.
If you really knew.
That's why
You go crazy with the Lord knows. What the Lord knows, if we knew what He knows,
Oh,
we'd
man.
go crazy.
Your stomach couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Your stomach couldn't handle it.
With that Kevin Hart true story thing, man. You know, people just thinking he just this normal, cool celebrity, man. That dude got bodies after bodies.
Yeah,
Just
man.
keep covering it up, man. You know why? Because everybody tried to extort them. What Chris Brown was just getting sued for $20 million. You know, these dudes are walking meal tickets, man. These NBA players, man, these women can't wait for them to slip up and get them pregnant, man. You know, All-Star Weekend, that be like a whole glory land, man.
NCAA March madness.
Yeah, man.
You have females renting U-Hauls, man.
Yeah.
Going down, sleeping
yeah,
in U-Hauls.
Seriously.
Like seriously,
Because
man.
it's a meal ticket to them, man. And if I'm
Stuff
bad
down.
enough and he see me, then he gonna want to stick with me. And mind you, these NBA players, they young, man. They young and they was just like us. No money in their pocket on Section 8, all this, man. You give them $1 million, $1 million, $50,000 ain't nothing to him. You know? So what he about to do, he ready, I want you, come on with me. You know?
Reiner.
He ain't got that many condoms to go around, man.
Hell,
You know?
Jake don't like you. He know Jake.
These women know that, man.
As soon as they get some money, they dumping low. Now, you get a kid, you get a kid, you get a kid. That's how we are, man. You know.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Yeah, man, you don't want to be a part of that, man. You want to be a part of the second part, you know? You want to be the one read it.
Verse 2, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
Right, man. You want to be healed, man. You want to be saved. I don't want to be on that side with these people watching the missiles come down, man. You know, you bracing for impact, man. I'm not trying to be there, man. You know, go ahead, follow these celebrities if you want, man. All of them are bugged the hell out, man. They doing some wicked shit, man. You know, probably touching their daughters and all type of shit, man.
Weird,
You
like,
know,
for real.
and you sitting
For
there
real.
wanting to be like them, man. You know, they the ones who pushing this homosexuality shit as far as it can go, man. You know, you got something?
Somebody got to do it.
That's right.
Somebody got to be that wicked seed, man. Somebody got to continue with these wicked practices, man. Just don't let it be you. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of the matter. We're trying to say, don't let it be you. Like you said, you don't want to be bracing for impact. Fuck. Impact ain't going to touch me if you're not in that way. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Can I get a precept? 2 Corinthians 11, start at 12.
Is 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 12.
You gonna read from that?
I was going to read from the 4th chapter.
Okay. Read on, bro. Love the show.
It is 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 12. It says, but what I do, that I will do, that I may cut off occasion from them which desire occasion.
Yeah, what we do is what we do. What we do is preach the Heavenly Father's word. That's the will. We don't do what we want to do, right? Or like others do, right? To get that bag or that purse or whatever the hell you think you're going to get from doing what they want you to do, right? You cowing down, man. You really cowing down. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
But
so like it continue in verse 12, it says, I'll just read it again. It says, but what I do, that I will do, that I may cut off occasion from them which desire occasion.
Right. Come on, man. Let's go out. Let's do this. No, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna stand back. Y'all go ahead. Y'all have y'all fun. But this time, I'm gonna just sit back. All right. I ain't gotta always go. Right. Go ahead.
That wherein they glory, they may be found even as we.
Man, you should have been there, man. Turn, we had a ball. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Mashiach.
That's these idols. That's these entertainers. That's these popes. These ministers. All of them look the part, saying this is the best way to go. You should do it. Nah, I'm gonna stand back. I'm gonna fall back on what y'all talking about. All right, go ahead.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
It may look good. It may even sound good. You think you're doing what the Heavenly Father wants you to do because this minister say this is the way you should do it. But we found out that he goddamn Satan his goddamn self. So I'm glad I fell back from him. You know? I'm glad I left the church. The church is not where it's at. You see? So it may look good. It got a big building. You got 5,000 seats in there. Everybody's nice. Morning, brother. How you doing this day, brother? Right? Highly favored. What do you say? I'm blessed and highly favored. Nigga.
That's right.
I hate when man, you go to work. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Blessed and highly favored.
That's another day imperative.
Another day imperative.
Like, still gonna be more
Nigga. I'm on 10 feet around his neck. Go ahead.
Continuing on, verse 15, it says, therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as ministers of righteousness.
That's his last days, man, because that spirit of Satan is on these people, man. You gotta realize this. Right? So I'm gonna take an occasion away from that shit, man. And this is what a man's supposed to do when he say, oh man, this ain't right. He's supposed to fall back. Nah, I'm gonna fall back. Because it seems the right thing to do in your mind, right? But the Lord says something otherwise. It looked good, but it's not good. All right? You ain't gotta always go. You ain't always gotta go to church, right? But you was made to go to church when you was younger, man, right? You was made to do these things. But when you become a man, you start to learn, now I gotta fall back from certain things because that ain't right. Regardless how it's presented to you. It's presented, Satan presented like it's a good thing. Whispered in fucking Eve's ear. Eve whispered into Adam's ear. Yeah, this is sound good. We're gonna learn. We're gonna know the best of both worlds. But that led to death, man. You see? So it's not always a good thing. You gotta remember that. Can't always go with the crowd. What it say? Follow a multitude.
Do evil.
Hello? You see? Now you gotta put it to work. What? Where's the multitude going? Is it going this way, the right way, the left way? Where they going? You just going. I'm in there. Know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yep. Last part says, whose end shall be according to their works.
Right, the end is going, you're going to know what happened. So you're going to embrace the impact. I ain't got time for that. I don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Now, off the cuff, I always say, no, I just keep it. I let it go. I let it go. I was going to say, but I got to say. Fuck around in 2/3 places might get you a 2/3 judgment. I always believe that. You fuck around in 2/3 places, you may get a 2/3 judgment.
It's facts.
Yeah, boy, we in the club. Doing that shit. Ah, look at the bitches. Ah, yeah.
Having a good
But all
old
of a
time.
sudden, bow. Pop, 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 pop. You gotta run and shit.
You single?
Fuck all that. Y'all know. Y'all know.
The scriptures say, when thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time.
Time. But be thou continually amongst the men of the Lord.
Hello? You know what I mean? I'm raining. All of a sudden, on some other motherfucker.
Don't got names.
That's what I'm saying. Stay, you know, sometimes you can bow out. Church, life, music, bullshit, all this stuff, man. When you get older, man, you know what I mean?
I'm going to precept that. This is book of Sirach chapter 5 verse 9. We know not with every wind, and go not into every way.
Right.
For so doth the sinner that hath not tongue.
Yeah. Yeah. You know? Read that again, Uncle Shaq.
Sirach chapter 5, verse 9.
Winnow,
It's like winnow not every wind,
right?
and go not into every way, for so that the sinner hath loved to.
Yeah, winnow is like a reed in the bush, you know what I mean? A reed, wherever the wind blows, that's the way he going, just whatever way. No, man, you got to have some type of direction. You got to have some type of way about yourself, man. You can't just go with the flow. That's what our people been doing for years, going with the flow. Instead of being a stand-up guy, doing what you're supposed to be doing, man. Nah, I don't feel right. Go to church, with the church, you know, how you say, go to church and think this is the right place to be. You know, learning about the Lord, you're supposed to be doing things as a family, but you find out that's the wrong place to be. You go to Bible study on Wednesday and choir rehearsal on Thursday, you think that's the right thing to do. But you find out later when you grow, that ain't the place to be. It was never the place to be, you know? So you gotta back off, man, no matter what your family may think of you, man. Oh, you don't believe in God no more? Well, because I don't go to church? Well, let me tell you something about that church. Then they say, oh, I don't believe that. Well, hey, you didn't make occasion in what I'm talking about. You just go on what you doing. You know, continue what you doing. But it's not always that way. Stop.
We gotta close it up. Like 1 or 2 more precepts. Get this precept. This for you.
1 Corinthians chapter 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Right?
We was children. We was out there, you know, not observing the times, man. You know, just out there trying to enjoy ourselves. Go ahead.
It says, I understood as a child. I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Yeah, a child don't have a care in the world. A child would touch the hot stove. He could fall down the steps. He just don't oblivious to life, man. You know what I mean? You be like, what the hell are you doing? You know because you went through it. You older, but the child don't know nothing, man. So if a grown ass man think like a child, walk like a child, see like a child, then he's not a man. He's a child. He's just going away and just doing what pleases his flesh.
Children, they do little dances and they see the adults laughing, thinking they laughing with them, laughing at them. Little dances, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got the call, so we're gonna wrap it up.
Say that one more time, read that. Last one.
Again, 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Put away them those racetracks, them Atari games, the PlayStation. You gotta put that shit away sometime, man. Because while you're doing them childish things, you're not being a man, you're being a slave. You're doing things you're not ought to be doing, man. You know, you got to know where your responsibility is at.
Understand and be ye men.
Be ye men. You know, put away some of them things, you know. So that's it? That's it on that?
John, all right, with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to you.
How by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem Rakakadash.
Hey, double honor to our apostles and elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.